I don't watch those debates. I haven't watched one since George Bush Sr. My theory on debates are you bring your side, I bring my side, and we both leave thinking we won. And so I just don't. But I saw, I've been asked about the Chris Christie comment. I just like, I think that there's a huge community out there. I think it shows your ignorance, really. You got $60 million aircraft flying around, and they've had 14 documented near misses with unidentified flying objects. So I would educate myself on the issue.
Well, that was one of the striking things to me, because the start of this Congress, we had Chinese spy balloons invading American airspace that we initially did not detect. So they were UFOs.
Yeah. Well, and also we'd had, in one of those that was shot down, there is some question of what we shot down too. So I don't know all the details of that, but yeah, it's a mystery. I don't believe he was briefed very well. I think I would have just said, I want total transparency. I want the federal government to release the files on this stuff. That's all I would have said. And then how are you going to argue with that?
Well, it's funny. The moderator, she was like trying to defend herself, and she's like, look, Congress is investigating this. But there was still that laughter. It's almost like you had the media and like this left coast elitists, and they were just
the largest attended. I was told today that they think it could have been the largest attended hearing in maybe 12 years or something in Congress.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen a line like
that.
There's
over 1,000 people there apparently for that thing. I didn't really had an overflow room for people to watch it.
I'm like, so, I don't think I've seen that many people since Major League Baseball was dragged in.
Yeah.
For steroids. But like, is it disheartening at all seeing? I mean, because you've been fighting the battle on the Hill.
It is disheartening, but it just shows their ignorance, and they don't have anybody briefing them on that stuff because their heads are all up their butts. They've got these paid political pundits that tell them what to say and what colors to wear and what color tie to wear and all that. And I just don't pay that stuff in much. And I didn't watch it. I didn't hear about it till today, but I'm not surprised. But I am disappointed.
Well, then it's also curious because you have like the political consulting community that's always like a few decades possibly behind the American public, or at least a few years behind the American. Oh.
Sorry, brother.
Hey, it's all good. But so yeah, this political consulting community. But people are just way behind. And if you look at polls, 65% of Americans say they believe there's intelligent life out there.
Yeah.
What do you think of that disconnect?
That's just what it is. These people live within a little glass bubble. And again, their arrogance won't allow them to lower themselves to our standards, I guess. I don't know. I never was a Chris Christie fan anyway. I think he's kind of a bully, but, that's fine.
How do you get this on the radar of,
I don't know. I seriously thought about maybe just calling his people and saying, hey, I'd love to talk to you about the issue and give you a heads up next time so you don't get popped on it. Because apparently he's getting raked over the coals pretty good. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, and right now he's being introduced to UFO Twitter, and there's a lot of them.
Unidentified fat object. Yeah, I've heard that.
What do you, but even, like, is part of this a failure of party leaders on Capitol Hill that them and other people on Intel, there's like a select few who are aware of it, but...
Well, Intel is pretty much washed their hands of it. The Intel committee, from what I've been told, and they're just spoon-fed whatever the intelligence community tells them, whatever the big boys at the missile defense contractors that want to keep their money flowing tell them.
Yeah, what do you make of this stuff that we're hearing about Turner and Comer?
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
Wait, say that again?
What do you make of this stuff that we're hearing about Mike Turner and then Comer that they're kind of working together to just put an end to this investigation.
Squash it? Yeah, I've heard that. And I don't know. I mean, it doesn't surprise me again. They tried to block, everybody tried to block everything from this thing. It just got too big. They thought they could bring it in and Burchett will make a joke of this thing. It won't be anything. And then it turned into the biggest thing of the year.
And how do you, I mean, if the intelligence committee, well, the intelligence chair, and then if the oversight chair want to bury this, can they bury it, or do you have tools to?
Yeah, they can. They not allow us to. They won't allow us to have the select committee, which looks like the road they're going down.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah, but they'll pull back a nub. I got a feeling we'll. Hey, I got to roll.
Yes, sir.
Later, okay?
It's all good, brother. I really appreciate it. Thanks for letting me interrupt your recess again.
No, you're good. You pay my salary. You call me anytime, brother. See ya.
You have a good one, sir. Cheers.